Welcome to Lost Culture, your one-stop destination for everything pop culture. My name is Astøn and I'll be your host for today's episode of Lost Movie News. Now before we get started, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share it so your friends can see. Now our first story of the day is Unbreakable 2. Unbreakable 2 has finally been confirmed by M. Night Shyamalan. Coming off the success of Split, it's his first time having a hit in a while. So, he's excited. He's announcing some new projects that he's working on. And seeing Split actually a really good movie. So I understand why he's excited. He's happy that the mainstream media is accepting him again into their graces. So he's finally announcing Unbreakable 2. He's actually said he has contact with Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and he's trying to bring them all in and hopefully make this film again. He didn't give any days about when he expect the film to come out or even a time frame. He just said he's working on the story, getting everything right, and he's still in contact with the original cast, and he's hoping to get them all back to do this film. So for me, I'm actually excited about that. That's like Unbreakable 1 was one of those films. It's honestly like the first superhero movie of this new wave that we're going on. It came out, I think, right before X-Men did and Blade, so it's kind of like one of those first movies to usher in this new era of superhero films. So I haven't seen this movie in years, so I don't know if it still holds up, but I remember watching it back, I think 2000 when it came out. So I definitely remember watching it back then. I think I watched it a couple years ago, but since then I haven't seen this film since. But I'll probably give it a rewatch to see if it still holds up and if we should really be excited. I think we should be excited though for the movie, but that's really all we have for that topic. Moving on to our next topic is Godzilla 2. So say what you want about Godzilla 1, not really seeing Godzilla, or hopefully them tying in this universe with not Hong Kong, but King Kong. And hopefully Godzilla 2 is better than Godzilla 1. And they find some way to like genuinely tie in King Kong. So the movie is being directed though by Mike Dougherty, and it's expected to come out the 22nd of March of 19. So we still got a couple years to go. We still got to see how King Kong is going to do. I think this year, right? I think King Kong is coming out. So hopefully King Kong is good. Hopefully they still find a way to tie this universe in together and make it actually believable. Because that's the first issue we had to worry about, is this universe actually being believable. Even though we've seen King Kong and Godzilla fight in the cartoons and everything, and we've seen them actually remodel King Kong just so he can be inside this universe, and now we're just hoping King Kong is good and we can go into a successful universe and make it work. Now going on to our next story, we have one of the films that's opening up this week. We got Resident Evil, the final chapter, and honestly it needs to be the final chapter because these movies aren't really good. They get like worse and more, like they exaggerate more and more every film. I think she was shooting quarters in the last movie. I'm pretty sure she was using quarters inside a shotgun. And yeah, I was a fan, I think, the first two films, and I don't really remember anything from there. I just remember her shooting quarters. I don't know if that was the last one. I remember like what Boris Kojo was in one. He's supposed to be an athlete. Nobody believes Boris is an athlete. Nobody. So hopefully this film is good. They haven't had any like press viewings or anything, so that's always a bad sign. The film comes out on Thursday night, Friday morning, and there's no press viewings for this film yet. So that's always a bad sign. So be wary of this film. If you're a Resident Evil fan, you're probably going to like it, especially with all the cheesy effects. I think this one is in 3D again also. So I don't know. May the odds be in your favor if you go see this film. But moving on to our next film, another film everyone's excited about is Logan. Yesterday, Hugh Jackman was talking about how Logan's in his own universe. Today, we have James Mangold actually letting us know what the rating of the film is going to be. And the film is going to be R-rated. That's for nudity, for extreme violence. And I think we already knew that. We kind of already knew that. They were hinting at it being an R rating. And a lot of people are saying this is like all fallout from Deadpool being an R-rated film. I don't think so. I think with this being Hugh Jackman's final film, and with it being a Wolverine, everybody's been saying since the beginning that Wolverine would benefit from being an R rating. I remember for number 2, the Wolverine, they actually released 2 versions of it. They released the director's cut, which was an R-rated film, and which honestly was a better version than the theatrical version. So I think the R rating was a plus for this film. I think it's a great way to go. They have X-23 coming in. How could you not be excited about X-23? Regardless of how you feel about the Wolverine franchise, you got to be excited for this Logan one. They got the old man Logan going on. We see he's scarred up. We see X-23 with her claws out in the recent trailer. We see she's fighting. She's bloodthirsty. Hopefully she's replacing Logan in the universe. Like, we see Logan's going out. Hopefully they bring in X-23 and have her don the Wolverine mantle. And to keep things going on from there. Let's go on to our next story, episode 8. So this story actually ran after I released yesterday's episode. Episode 8 finally got a movie title. It's called The Last Jedi. So anyone that's seen The Force Awakens, we already know in the crawl for the film, they said Luke was the Jedi. So with that being said, obviously this title is referencing Luke being the last Jedi. It kind of let us know, give us a couple like hints that this film is going to focus a lot more on Luke. Luke wasn't really in The Force Awakens. I think we got like 10, 15 seconds of Luke. I don't even think he spoke. I think he was about to speak, and that's when the film cut off. So hopefully we get to see more Luke. We get to see Luke as an official like Jedi Master, because we've never seen Jedi Master Luke. We've seen Jedi Knight at the end of Jedi, but we never had to see him become a Master. Hopefully we get to see him with a lightsaber. Hopefully we get to see him do some new Force powers, because we know Yoda's going to be in it. We don't know if Qui-Gon's going to be in it or Obi-Wan, but we definitely know that Yoda's going to be back as a Force ghost. There's rumors that Anakin's back as a Force ghost, because he's supposed to be in episode 7 also. And we know Obi-Wan actually came in and did a couple lines for episode 7, so maybe they'll use more of Obi-Wan in episode 8. But that's really all we have. There's nothing too much that came out for this one, just the title, no synopsis. We had like a nice little poster to reveal the title, and I actually like the poster. I like how they did the Star Wars logo in the red outline, which is refreshing. Like, we get to, not in white, it's finally get to see it without it being white, and I think it was a nice touch to it. So this film is obviously going to be a little bit darker. I'm just excited to see what's going to go on. And we know Carrie Fisher passed away recently, so I want to know how they're going to handle her character in this film. Are they going to try to do some last-minute reshoots and edit her part to kind of take her out of the next film, or they're just going to reshoot her? I mean, not reshoot her, but recast her for episode 9. So that's a lot of things going on that episode 8 needs to set up, and hopefully it does it well. Like, episode 7 was a great like starting point. Episode 8 needs to build upon that and keep the fans thirsty for what's really going on. Now, moving on to our next story of the day, we got Baywatch. So Baywatch released 7 new posters for each character, well, 1 poster per character, and they're as cheesy as you would expect them to be for Baywatch. We got them going on a play off the Game of Thrones House of Stark slogan. Instead of saying like winter is coming, saying don't worry, summer is coming. We see them all in these winter jackets, snow is everywhere, and we see them all half naked. I think that all the girls are wearing like Uggs in like bathing suits and a winter jacket. Obviously over the top. Obviously, like, it's a lot going on. But like my favorite poster, I gotta say it was Zac Efron. I don't know like why I levitated the Zac Efron's the most, but that's one of my favorite posters out of the 7 that came out today. And I'm actually excited for this film. We've seen a couple trailers that came out, actually pretty funny. I love the way The Rock and Zac Efron are playing off of each other. I like how the way The Rock is actually marketing this film on his social media. His Instagram is always releasing new pictures, releasing new stories from behind the scenes of what's going on. And I like the way The Rock markets. So hopefully this film is good. It's expected to come out on, I think, the 26th of May. It's directed by Seth Gordon. And hopefully just a good film. Now moving on to another film. So another day, another Guardian story. We got Guardians of the Galaxy released a new trailer. It's actually in Japanese trailer, so it's international trailer. We got a lot of the recycled footage. They actually extended the Baby Groot and Rocket scene. I actually enjoy that. I don't know what it is. Maybe just because I'm a big anime fan, I kind of like it when they do all like the Japanese yelling in between the scenes. So you see a little scene, they'll cut to some Japanese words that I can't even read or understand, and we have the announcer yelling over like what's going on. I actually like that, even though I don't understand it. Maybe just a little anime fan of me that stuff like this like catches my attention. So going on from there, we got the Jon Wick 2. So Jon Wick has released 3 new TV spots this week, and each one might be better than the last. So we get to see Ruby Rose in action. I like how Ruby Rose came up off the Orange is the New Black. Now we see her in Triple X, which wasn't really a good movie. I don't even remember what happened in that film. Like, I seen it just yesterday or the day before, and I like Nina DeBelle. I like Ice Cube coming in. I like how he brought back the his classic car from Triple X1. But besides that, I don't like how Samuel spoiler. I don't like how Samuel L kind of faked his death and he kind of played it off like, oh, we knew you weren't dead this whole time. I just think, I don't know, man. I think Vin Diesel needed to just stick to Fast and the Furious. I do like Fast and the Furious. I hope he doesn't do that. I think he's going to do with this Triple X series and kind of make it like an Expendables for for up and coming like action heroes. Because we see like how Expendables are for like all the 80s people, and we see Triple X is more for like younger people. It's like we see, yeah, hopefully they don't do it like that. Now, moving on to our last stories of the day. We got trash. Well, trash or cash. So, our last one, we have Marvel co-president actually released the new Black Panther logo. It's not really too much. It's kind of like, I don't know how to, like, more like a jungle style font. For Black Panther, that's all they released. I'm actually going to buy it. I don't like it better than the like the 80s style one they released during the D23 conference, but I do like this new font. It's just on the back of the director chair. It was pretty cool. Moving on to our next one, we got I announced yesterday that Avengers started on Monday. So today we got our first picture from Avengers. Well, late Monday night, we got our first pictures from behind the scenes. And it's really just a couple pictures of the trailers. Not really too much. I don't know what to do. Like, we already knew Avengers was coming out. I guess it's more like the realization that they're actually on set now, filming, have actual footage going on. We know Black Panther isn't there because he's actually shooting his movie right now. So I'm wondering how, like, I'm still wondering how that's going to work. He has like a 2-month shooting for his film, and how is he going to come over? Is he only going to be like small parts of Avengers Infinity War? That's what I'm trying to figure out the most. But besides that, I think I'll probably buy it that they're releasing pictures of the trailers just to show like everyone's on set right now and getting ready for shoot the film. Now that's really all we have today. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out all our social medias. Follow us on there. All of our links will be down in the comment section. And for all these TV spots and trailers, I have links down for them also inside the comment section, but the description box. Now, as always, stay lost.